What's up everyone? So if you follow my videos on investing in Pakistan Stock Exchange, then you would know that I'm quite big on Interloop, and I'm invested in that company as well. And this is one of the videos that's quite spontaneous and will give you my point of view. And the major thing is that it is going to be on a presentation that they are going to be discussing tomorrow in their corporate briefing session. So I got a notification on my mobile that they just shared their presentation, the corporate briefing presentation. And what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna read through it and share all the important points with you that you need to know as an investor, or if you are looking to buy Interloop stocks. So well, right now I just actually left work and I'm in the market. What I have to do is I have to get one type C to type C cable for one of my charger. So I'm gonna buy that. So tag along, and after that we'll be discussing this corporate briefing presentation from Interloop. So guys, here we have it. This is the type C to C and it cost me 30 riyals. Electronics are comparatively expensive here in Saudi Arabia. Now I'll get some fruits from here. Let's go. Let's look at all this wonderful stuff here at the shop. So guys, now we are back, and I'm back, and I just had coffee after a very long day. That's what I needed to keep going right now to make this video. So let me get you straight to the point. So guys, this right here is the corporate briefing session presentation from Interloop, and this is what they are gonna discuss tomorrow. Here they mentioned some stuff that summarizes them. They are operating in 6 countries, 44% cumulative annual growth rate over 2020 to 2024. Largest listed textile company on PSX, providing work to 34,000 plus people, and the first and only textile company from Pakistan on MSCI Frontier Market Index. Okay, let's separate out what this means. MSCI Frontier Market Index captures large and mid-cap representation across 28 frontier market countries. We got to look into it separately. And they are spending 4% profits into community well-being. These are all the big brands that they are supplying to: Nike, Adidas, Puma, Target, Hugo Boss, Gymshark, pretty big, Uniqlo, Zara, Primark, Bestseller. All these brands are like pretty big in Europe and also US. So this is the financial year 2024 key highlights. So they acquired some company, Top Circle, okay, leading exporter of the country with US dollars 529 million worth of export, okay. Sustained high double-digit sales growth of 31% for second consecutive years. Upgraded credit rating of AA. Okay, I'm not sure what this means, but anyways, they also have a LEED Platinum certification for their apparel plant. This is also pretty big if anyone knows about like energy efficiency and design leadership. So LEED is all about that. Then they also have biomass boilers. So if they have other boilers, like you can say on coal, they consume more capital, and these biomass boilers, they are not as much capital intensive. They also have like 44% women representation in their board of directors. Okay, good. So this is what concerning us key financial highlights. Here what I want to show you is their net profit. Okay, there we go. Earning per share. Okay, so in the financial year 2024, their earning per share was 11.3 rupees. In 2023, it was 14.4. And then if you come over here to see the gross profits and the net profit, you see that in the past year, it was 33.5. The gross profit this year, it was 27.9. Net profit, 10.1% this year, 16.9% last year. So a significant decline, I would say. They also did give dividend of 4.5 rupees per share. So that's good. This is like the pretty important thing that we need to see. So ILP's net profit has witnessed 4-year CAGR of 72%. Net profit dropped 22% year on year in financial year 2024, primarily owing to the negative forex impact. Okay, so the forex losses of 0.74 billion versus a gain of 8.4 billion in 2023.
So this basically means that in 2023, due to the rise of the price of dollar, they gained a lot of uh, growth. But this year around, the forex loss has been 0.74 billion rupees. But if you see the sales overall, sales have been growing year on year. So at 4 years, the CAGR is 44%. So that's why I'm pretty big on Interloop. Okay, guys, now let's talk about the future outlook. These are right now their capital expenditure projects in pipeline. They're gonna add 1,584 knitting machines. They are gonna make 20 additional lines for their denim unit. Yarn dyeing expansion is gonna be 20 metric tons, and they are also gonna be putting renewable energy capacity. Like they are gonna add 4.6 megawatt solar. So collectively, it's gonna cost them around. If you add them up, it would be somewhere around 90 million US dollars. And then you see, guys, the challenges. So the fragile geopolitical landscape and tensions on key international shipping routes to affect global supply chain. Okay, yes, due to the geopolitical situation, the shipping routes have been affected to some extent, I would say, in the Arabian region. So higher input cost while USD PKR parity drops from 290 to 278. Okay, this forex rate is also a challenge for them. So this means that if they buy, let's say, anything at 290, and because you see most of the stuff for textiles is also imported. So if they buy at 290 and let's say the dollar rate is 278, then at the time of selling they would incur a loss. So the normal tax regime from previous final tax regime, okay, doubling of advanced tax on remittances from 1% to 2%. Okay, the advanced taxes have also reduced their profitability. Local supply is now subject to 18% sale tax. Okay, delay in processing of sales refund. Okay, potential discontinuation of system-based gas supply to industries, and an accelerated ramp up plan for the apparel business. Okay, so they also have like uh, ambitious plans for their apparel businesses as well. So that could also present a challenge for them. So guys, this presentation is what we are gonna see tomorrow in their at their corporate briefing session. So if you have any questions specifically for them regarding any of this stuff, you can note them down. Maybe we'll get a chance to ask them.
So guys, that's pretty much it for the video. I feel quite sleepy right now, but I'll also link down in the description if you are watching on YouTube to this presentation if you wanna see, and I'll try to edit it and put it up right now. So if you like this sort of content, or if you happen to be interested in Pakistan Stock Exchange or maybe live here in Saudi Arabia, you can check out my channel as well, and on your screen you will be seeing two videos that might be relevant to your liking. So I'll see you in either of those.